Where's the piano girl? Can you give her a hand? That was awesome. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to ask if you would mind coming and just playing. I know you got your book on your lap over there. Is that okay? Do you mind coming and just play while I talk? You are so powerful. What's your name? Hope. Wow. Go figure. Hope. Wow. Yeah, that's who you are. You bring hope.
Yeah.
You bring hope. I kept on seeing the color pink when I was looking at you. And the first thing that came to mind was the many women that you're going to bring hope to. And I have 3 daughters, by the way. I have a 5-year-old who's just like me, so we butt heads the most. And then I have a 3-year-old, and then I have an 18-month-old. And they are all fierce. I mean, strong-willed. I'm from South Africa, so they've got like this, they part Zulu. I mean, it is just intense. My home is filled with strong women. And I love it, most of the time. And when I was looking at you, I kept on thinking of my daughters, and I saw the color pink, and now your name is Hope, and you are going to restore hope to women. And you are going to show women how to live fierce but kind. The whole princess thing, but the passion thing as well. It's just this like beautiful blend. And that's really, that's amazing. Your voice captivated me. I had to kind of like lean to the left to see who was singing. And you sing to the Lord, you don't sing to people. If they like it, awesome. If they don't, awesome. And see, that's how it was always meant to be. You were meant to shine because light attracts, right? The light doesn't try to shine. That light shining, it's not fighting to shine. It's not performing to shine. Does that make sense? It knows what it's supposed to do, and it does it.
Right.
And I feel like you are just like stewarding really well that light that's on the inside of you. And so just stay awesome. You're amazing. What time do we go to? 9, okay. There's some feedback. It's like kind of...
It was weird, yeah.
Okay.
We're figuring it out.
Okay, listen. I'm going to jump right into this. What you'll see with me, the Lord uses me very spontaneously. Like more than half the time, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about until I come up here. But don't worry, I do have the equivalent of a PhD when it comes to Bible study. I just have this cool thing with God where I want to do everything from the heart. And I believe that, and that's not to say you can't show up here with notes, because it's not either or, it's both and. It's just you do you. Does that make sense? And that's how it is in life. But this is what I feel like I want to jump into first. I feel like God said He wants to touch anxiety right now. Right now, He wants to touch anxiety. So be bold, be brave, and lift up your hand quickly if you deal with anxiety. Come on, I deal with it from time to time, but I have something I want to share with you. Now, a bunch of you are not being honest. Keep your hands up. You won't get healed unless you get honest. Dishonesty is prideful.
It is.
Because dishonesty subconsciously says, I got this. How's that working for you?
Wow.
But honesty opens your heart
Yes.
for more grace,
Yes.
for more revelation. And some of you might be like, well, I don't have anxiety. Well, let me narrow it down. In your body, you might feel tension in your chest, tension in your throat. Lift up your hands. Who's that? It just comes and it's annoying and you hate it. There's more of you. Lift up your hands. Listen, I'm stubborn. I don't care what you think of me. I've been beat up so badly by 3 little girls at home that my man-pleasing face has been ripped off 3 times over. That's why old people, you know what, I love older people, that with the old guys, they'll wear like socks that will come up to here with like loafers and like a shorts and like they don't care. I love it. It's just they've been through life enough to know that man-pleasing is a trap. And it's a trap that holds you stuck. And when you're stuck, you're limited from being you. And so right now, put your hand on that part of your body that you feel the anxiety, the tension, the stress. Everybody. And you can relax while you're doing it. It's not some like scary, somber, like strange, weird thing. There's also a lot going on outside. Like spiritually, there's a lot going on. But I don't want to use that as a cop-out for what's really going on inside of you, if that makes sense. So put your hand on that part of your body really quickly and just take a deep breath in your nose. Do it again, 2 more times. One more time. Now say this of yourself. Say, I am not the anxiety, the tension. I am the one who feels the tension. I am the one who sees the thoughts. I am not the thoughts. I am okay with that anxiety being here. Some of you might even trigger at that. But watch this. What if the anxiety is the little girl or the little boy in you that didn't get acknowledgement, that didn't get acceptance, that didn't get affirmation at some point in your life or several times throughout your life, and you kept on avoiding and pushing down and numbing? Just stay with me. You performed either in music or in education or in business, I don't know what it is, or in binge drinking, binge watching, anything to stay away from becoming conscious of what's really going on the inside. But what's happening right now, you see it all over the world, there's this collective manifestation of what always was, the rage, the rejection, the anger. Wow. That's what God is doing right now. You want to go deep with Him? Okay. He's on the other side of that tension. But you see, you can't have compassion for me if you can't have compassion for you. If you can't have compassion for the tension, for the anxiety, because you see it as a part of you that just always wanted love and acknowledgement, if you keep on pushing that to the side, if you keep on trying to cast it out, if you keep on just performing with your gifts and your talents and stuff, it will blow up in your face. And I feel like God is saying, no more. I do want to give you what your heart desires, but you got to come down this path with me. You got to go inside. And you see what happens is that you breathe into it, you become aware of it, you acknowledge it, you start to learn who you are, you start to understand Jesus in a fresh and in a new way, you start to experience compassion on a whole other level towards yourself. Now when you walk around people, naturally you're not worried about what they think of you as much. Why? Because you are realizing more and more that you are not the anxiety, as if there's something more that you need to do or say or think or be. You realize that you are the one that is feeling the anxiety. You are the one that is one with the one that lives in you, and He is loving you through you. Wow. And when you experience the compassion of God for yourself on this level that I'm talking about, how many of you are tracking with me so far? Okay, that's enough. Good. I just need one. The more the merrier, but that's when you start to experience true compassion. When you can start to accept, I'm okay with that being you. See, that's a posture of surrender. And I'm not accepting it because that's just how life's always going to be, or that's just the way it always is. No. Oh, I see that. That's the little boy. That's the little girl. And I get to love him. And I get to love her. I don't have to wait for another inner healing, another deliverance session. I don't have to wait for an angel. I don't even have to wait for God or Jesus to come and do something. He said, you go heal the sick.
Yeah, He did.
The Bible calls it the flesh, the world calls it the ego. I like ego because it breaks it down. It makes it more palatable for us to comprehend what's going on. But that ego is a part of us that was designed to keep us from being rejected. You can say amen, you can nod your head, you can just do something. Let me know that you're getting this. Just do one of those. Oh, get out of here. Do one of those, you know? And so this ego, you develop this survival patterns in your life. It's called strongholds in the Bible. You develop these habits. And so what we do to avoid these feelings, these uncomfortable feelings, we numb. We stay in our head, we hide. We run to church, we run to the Bible, we run to worship, we run to things outside of ourselves. I mean, listen, the Pharisees walked around all garbed out, decked out in Bible and spirituality, but they were, what did he say? Tombs filled with dead men's bones. They were finding a sense of identity and a sense of significance and a sense of value outside of themselves. Even in the church. Yeah. Especially in the church right now. And he's saying no more.
That's good.
That's why he said, hey, the kingdom is where? Where's the kingdom? It's within.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the kingdom? In Romans it says the kingdom is righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so far we know the kingdom is within. We know that it's righteousness, peace, and joy. The kingdom is a realm. In other words, before this phone, you could see it in this physical realm. It was in a spiritual realm. It was an idea. It was unseen. Are you tracking with me? Which realm is more superior? That's not a trick question. You'll be right. Which realm? Huh? The spiritual realm is more superior. Why? Because that's where this came from, right? We know by faith that what is seen was created by what is unseen. Okay? So today we are so unconscious, so distracted by good spiritual things, most of the time, a lot of the time, appearance, all that stuff. And God is like just throwing down a bottle of Drano to just unclog stuff. But the revelation that's coming forth now, in my life at least, and that He's had me in a strange and very unique place, teaching me, cultivating this in me and my family, teaching me. I've had to unlearn things. I've had to, I don't have the time to go into my last 3 years of life, but it has been this beautiful brokenness, a beautiful groundedness. And so what happens is Jesus comes and He says, hey, you guys are looking for a sense of well-being, peace. I want to break down peace and joy. You're looking for a sense of pleasure and satisfaction, joy, right? So the kingdom is righteousness. What else?
Peace.
Okay, what is peace? A sense of well-being. You know that feeling where you just like, you can just smile at anybody and you know that you just don't care what they think?
Yeah.
That is the priceless feeling that we all work so hard for from the outside.
That's good.
Whew. You okay there, Hope? Hope just be smiling, man. Wow, that was really good. The reason why we want to make money, the reason why we want to be in ministry, the reason why we want to do almost all the things we want to do is because we want to have a certain feeling. We want to feel a certain way.
Wow.
From today onwards, think about that and you'll realize what I'm saying. Why do you want to make money? Because it makes you feel safe. There's nothing wrong with this feeling. What's wrong is the process by which you go about this emotion, this feeling. Do you go about it from the outside in, or do you go about it from the inside out? Are you tracking with me?
Yeah.
And what that basically looks like practically is that everything in your life, the circumstances, the opportunities, the challenges, the dreams, the hopes, it's all secondary to the main thing.
That's right.
And the main thing is your consciousness with your union with God who's here now.
That's right. Come on. Come on, Grant.
Do you know who you are?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, I love speaking, and I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but now I'm conscious of my union with my Father. Father means source. Not ketchup, but source. That was a joke. But This is me. This is how I can live. This is my norm, or it ought to be. My working out my salvation is me removing anything that hinders this state of being, this awareness of presence. Because I guarantee you right now, if I was to go anywhere outside, people would be drawn to me without me trying to coerce, without me trying to get them to fill out a card, without me trying to... Does it make sense? You know why? Because I'm attractive. Do you know why? Because I am light. You are the light of the world.
Yeah, come on, Grant.
See, anxiety.
That's right.
I feel you. I feel it. Let me begin a search to study out who I am. Let me begin a search to study out why I am, how I'm made, how I function, what's happening in my body. I can't talk right now. So, I'm hungry to know who I am. All the other dreams, you know, the callings, the giftings, it will happen. Because he said all these things will be added.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's break it down. That peace and that sense of well-being, those feelings, those emotions, those groundedness that you're wanting, he's saying it's in you already.
Yeah, wow.
He's saying stop selling out by living outside it. He's saying stop sabotaging, stop performing. Go inside.
Yeah, wow. Come on, Grant.
Oh, I don't want to go inside. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. You won't die. In fact, maybe you should die. Because you're not really living.
Come on, Grant.
You're not living. It's a facade. It's not real. Oh, the floodgates are opening. But I don't know if it's the floodgates that you want right now necessarily.
Wow.
It's the floodgates of uncomfortable feelings and emotion. It's the floodgates of uncertainty. It's the gushing up of 8 years of unregulated stress and trauma that's been subconsciously hidden in your nervous system, in your body. And we go and we just think we can praise it away, worship it away, give it away, perform it away. Do this, do that, and we live in our head and we're uptight and we're bound up and we're not truly peace and joy.
Wow. 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 Okay.
So he says, hey, stop going outside of yourself so that you can feel a sense of well-being, a sense of pleasure, a sense of rest, a sense of joy. The kingdom of God is righteousness. What is that? It means approval.
Wow.
It means divine acceptance. In other words, he's saying, hey, stop going to do this and that, say this and that so that you can feel accepted. He's saying, go seek out the acceptance that already exists on the inside of you, on the other side of that tension, of that discomfort. Understand who you are and go love yourself with my love.
Yes, come on.
You are the one that's watching the thoughts. You are the one that's feeling the feelings. My God, when you meditate on this and you really, every day of your life, you make this the main thing. And everything outside of yourself is secondary. I don't care, it's secondary. Then you'll understand and you'll be able to like stand outside of yourself and you'll like have such a broader dimension, a perspective. Isn't this powerful?
Yeah.
And now the world no longer needs to say, oh, they're hypocrites, they're judgmental. You know why they say that? Because we don't believe what we say.
Wow.
Just because you say that you believe something, I can feel if you believe it or not. You can feel that I believe what's coming out of my mouth. Right?
Yeah.
How can you feel it? I mean, that's just wild in and of itself. Because there's something in you that's like, that's me.
Wow.
That's me. I know that. I felt that. I want that. I've tasted that. That's familiar. So So he says the kingdom is within you. It's not here or there. It's not far. The anxiety, it's a gift. Stop trying to cast it out as if you're evil, as if you are some evil, dirty, rotten scoundrel. This is even the paradox of the gospel, that you can have such conflicting mental chaos, that you could have such conflicting, disturbing emotions, and you can still be enough.
Yeah.
That's the scandal of the gospel.
Wow. Wow.
You are enough. That's what love is.
Yeah, that's good.
I am love.
I am love.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And love gets best expressed through me, through entrepreneurship, through public speaking, through being a father, through being a musician, through being entrepreneurs, through being, I don't know, I don't know what you do, but you get the point. I remember the Lord spoke to me about that on the beach, and I was like, oh God, I wish I was this, and I wish I was there already. And he said, you are not an entrepreneur. He said, you are love.
Wow.
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 I know now what he meant. Back then I didn't. I just said, okay, that's cool. I didn't really know what it meant. Like right now, there's 4 phases to learning. You're only on phase 1 right now. You learn it, you hear what I'm saying, it feels right, there's something about it. But here's the deal, you gotta go work out phase 2, 3, and 4 by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are enough. What a scandal. How beautiful is that? And when you are able to look at the tension, whatever it is, when you are learning to be able to, go inside and live from a place of enoughness, from a place of overflow, you tap into wisdom.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You tap into power. You tap into the religious scales start to just come off.
Yeah.
You start to get the stuff that he said would be added to you.
Yeah.
It will be added to you. Do you know how many years I've been praying for God to use me with miracles, with celebrities and influencers, my wife and I, in business, right? So I think I'll end with this story. So my daughter, all of my daughters, they do modeling stuff, right? So recently, their agent reaches out to us and they say, hey, there's this artist and he's doing a music video for Father's Day weekend. Would you guys be up for it? And if so, can you do a video, Grant, with each of your daughters? I was like, let's do it. Make memories. Why not? Music video, right? Make some coin at the same time. So I do my thing, and 2 out of the 3, the one wasn't feeling it. 2 out of the 3 make it, so we get the gig. Like 2 days later, I was like, oh, snap. So we end up going down to Miami. It was actually just me and the 5-year-old Summer. The baby, it just didn't work out. Anyway, we go down to Miami, long day, and we do our thing. We actually had to swim in this pool together. I mean, guys, like full-blown production. Like, it's just me and Summer in the pool, and all these like camera guys. This dude's hiding in like bushes, like with the cameras, and I'm just, my main reason, honestly, for going there was to see how much of myself I could be, and then see what happens.
Wow.
You see, I'm already enough. I'm already anointed. I'm already light. I'm already love. It is as if Christ is standing in front of you. The part of you that just triggered, that's the part he wants to heal. Because what's the point? Christ in you, through you, as you. If a big giraffe has a baby, what baby does the big giraffe have? A giraffe. Need I say more? I mean, you were born of the Spirit. It's as if he was walking the earth now. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait for some other outpouring. Go inside and let it pour out. There's stuff hindering the outpouring.
Jesus.
Out of your innermost being will flow. What's stopping it? What's hindering it? You. Not the devil. He's maybe, taking advantage of ignorance. That's about it. Where was I now? Oh yeah, so we're in the scene. We're in the pool, and anyway, I noticed this lady with the knee brace, right, thingy, and I was like, you know what? That was when we first got there. I was like, I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to settle in first, check out the vibe, get summer sorted out. You know, they did my makeup and everything. I mean, you should see a guy in makeup. I mean, come on. Sure. I mean, that's next level right there. Just a beautiful brown man. I mean, thank you, Lord. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to get to this lady. I'm going to pray for her. Let's see how the day goes. We go, I'm hanging out with the director. Clearly this guy smokes way too much weed. He's wearing a Hakuna Matata t-shirt. Like, love the guy. See, when you really love the parts of you that are deemed unlovable in the world's eyes, then you really truly love the world and you. And that's when the world feels it, and that's when favor comes. Go love yourself first. You have no business doing anything other than first loving yourself. The light's shining. Just get the stuff out of the way. And zoom. I did not plan to share. Ask Danielle. I was telling her, I was like, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but I just need to get up there. Why? Because this is already me.
Yeah.
That's good.
See the nervousness, the trepidation. Oh, it's okay. The nervousness is here, it's fine. That's not who I am. But I'm not going to boot that shaka baby, get away from me, you know? No, how's that working out for you? So anyway, you guys are waiting for me to tell you about this amazing story of how the lady got healed and Hakuna Matata got saved and baptized in the pool. But he didn't. So here's what happened. We left, and so that night I was hanging out with Justin and Christian and some other guys. And I was telling them, hey, yeah, so me and someone are going to be in this music video, some Latin artist. I'm like, what's his name? And I was like, I don't know, Osuni or something like that, or Osuna or something. And they look at me like, dude, like almost like I'm like, bro, where have you been, you know, like. And he's like, do you know how big this guy is? And so we looked him up, and I was like, holy moly, this guy's got like 1.4 billion views on one YouTube video. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
And instantly, when they were telling me this, so we looked up the director as well. Dude shows up all over Google, Hakuna Matata, you know. And the Lord, I start. Here's a saying that has steered me through the years. I'm a very creative individual. I'm very forward-thinking. I love to ask why. I love to question almost everything, and I want my girls to question almost everything, even in the church.
Yeah.
So.
That's good, man.
I start. The Lord starts like, what's the word? Showing me in such a gentle way, no condemnation. He's showing me what could have happened, but here's what's going to happen next.
Wow.
Right? And he was showing me how, like, I can still see it in my mind's eye. Like, she gets healed. We go pray. Me and Summer, my 5-year-old, she gets healed like super easy. I don't even touch it. I just look at it like that, just for fun. Right? Healed. Test it out. Ease, just like Jesus, because see, I'm supposed to be Jesus.
Yep.
If you have a problem with that, then you still struggle with performance.
Wow.
If you have a problem with being like Jesus now, then you struggle with performance most likely.
Wow.
And it's time to go inside and seek first the kingdom. Oof. So I see her get healed, and then I see her like freaking out and going to Hakuna Matata, and everybody's like, what the heck happened to your knee? Like, this is me entertaining the possibilities of the impossible with God. And she gets healed. I mean, everybody freaks out in a room of like 20 people. At least 4 of them have some kind of sickness or ailment. It's just a numbers thing. So they all get healed. Someone's healing them. I'm healing them. Right? He also did say heal the sick, right? He didn't say pray for them. He just said heal them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Whatever triggered in you, that's what he wants to heal. So, and then Hakuna Matata gets healed. Then they tell Osuna what happened. Osuna's mother has cancer. This is hypothetically speaking. This didn't really happen. I just want to clarify. This is just me having this experience with God. Osuna's mother has cancer. He's like, yo, where's that guy with his daughter? Fly them up in my jet. Can they come pray for my mom? I come in and shazam, mama, cancer tumors disappear, which we've seen that happen. We've seen cancer leave the cells from the biopsy that was taken 4 days before.
Yeah.
So she had the biopsy taken. She came to church several days later. She had a tumor. The tumor dissolved over here on this day. When she went back, there was no more cancer in the cells.
Yeah, come on,
I don't know
Jesus.
how that works. I tried to figure it out. And the next thing you know, sooner, you see where I'm going with this. And I said, I'm excited, Father, for that to happen again. I'm excited for that opportunity, to happen again. Now, here's the irony. I went there not looking for that. I went there because I wanted to see how much of myself I could be, which is how much of Christ I could be,
Yeah.
which means how much of Christ I could be aware of and be with intimately. They got to see Christ throw his daughter like this and laugh and play. They got to sense the essence of holiness without religiousness, of purity and fun and attraction. And they were all just looking. I'm telling you guys, it was so funny. It's just me and some in the pool. Like all these people, they're just staring at us, It was amazing. So when that time comes, when that opportunity comes, and it will, it will come. Like I don't even have the slightest doubt that type of stuff will pop. You know how? Because I now function by the faith of God.
Yes.
You see, it goes from faith in God to faith of God. You see, when I surrender to this moment, I can't control it, I can't change it, I'm not going to demonize it. I'm just going to cultivate consciousness of my union with my Father. Then guess what? I start to function in divine persuasion. Now I believe like God. You know what starts to happen when you start to have the faith of God?
Yeah.
A lot of these translations where it says
Wow.
faith in God, it's a mistranslation. Because faith means divine persuasion. You are being divinely persuaded through love and compassion while I'm talking, aren't you? So it will happen. We do have to wrap it up. Well. Osuna, isn't that crazy? There's such a hunger in me not to impress Osuna at all, but to see the power of the Holy Spirit in a way that's so not churchy or religious.
Yeah.
That's so not broke or poor or limited. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But God's saying go inside. So I feel like that's the message for all of us tonight. Because one of the other reasons why I love to speak spontaneously is because some of it will be for just me, some of it will be for just some of you, and some of it's for all of us collectively. So I'll walk here and I'll be like, you'll hear me say, dang, that was so good. Like, I'm not being prideful. I'm just like, wow. It's just, I'm hearing a lot of it for the first time. And I feel like what God's saying is, you have to go study this out.
Yeah.
Seek first the kingdom. The anxiety, the tension, the stress, the pain, the discomfort, all that stuff. Be with it. Change your perspective about it. Your circumstance, see it as an opportunity to cultivate more awareness of the goodness of God. Let me pray for you guys. Go on. Thank you, Hope. Couldn't have done this without you, I'm sure. Jesus, you know what? One of the things we love about you is how generous you are with your love and affection. Would you teach us in this room how to be equally generous with our love, with your love towards us? Teach us how to receive generously. Teach us how to be in this moment. Take us deeper. Help us to truly understand what it means for the kingdom to be within, and how that plays out practically into everyday life. For those of you who feel like you've been having night terrors, it stops tonight in Jesus' name. No more torment in the nighttime. In fact, I'll hang out for another couple minutes. If that's you specifically, I want to pray for you. Just come find me. I just speak a blessing over you guys. And I speak life over you. You are world changers. You are life changers. You are entrepreneurs. You are mothers and fathers. You are innovators. You are creators. You are musicians. You are athletes. Most importantly, you are love. That's who you are. So I bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.